There was a restaurant in Sydney called Buon Riccardo, and chef Armando Perquacco would make the most sensational creamy fettuccine. It had minimal ingredients, so it had cream, Parmesan butter and truffle oil, or fresh truffles if you're lucky enough to get it, and served with an egg. So I'm going to try to replicate it for you today because it's such a special pasta. Into a pan, I'm going to add some butter, so a good amount of butter. And this is a decadent style dish, so you want to do it for a special occasion. Melt the butter, and I've already given myself a head start with the pasta. So this is just some fettuccine, and we're going to cook it until it's al dente in lots of salted water. So now that the butter has melted, I can add the cream, and I'm going to be using some cooking cream. Now this cooking cream is great because it heats without curdling and it rapidly thickens. So into the butter and just let that bubble away. And this will thicken in no time at all, so swirl the pan and just allow those two ingredients to come together. I'll season with a very small pinch of salt. And while that is thickening away, I'm just going to prepare some mushrooms. So just some beautiful fresh button mushrooms. Because I don't have fresh truffles today, I'm just going to thinly slice them on a mandolin. I love the flavour of the raw mushrooms, and it does go really well with this dish, and it's sort of a juzzy twist on the classic. Okay, that will do. Let's get back to our cream sauce. It has thickened and it's nice and shiny. So we're going to turn the heat to a really low heat and add some Parmesan. So you want to freshly grate your own Parmesan from a block of cheese for this, because if you use one that's already grated, it may become a little bit clumpy. We want this to just gently melt in. And it also is a good idea to turn the heat off when you do this. So a good handful of that. It is a Parmesan cream pasta after all. And just give that a swirl and you'll see all that cheese start to melt and become one with the cream. See how glossy that is looking? Use a rubber spatula to give that a stir just to ensure all of that has melted in. Heat is now off and that sauce is pretty much ready to go. So we'll place our pasta into the sauce. It's al dente. If some of that water goes in, that's okay. It does help with mixing the sauce. And we're going to toss it really well with some truffle oil. I did say it is for a special occasion after all. And if you don't want to use truffle oil, don't worry, it's just as tasty with that Parmesan cream sauce. So a quick toss and in with a very small amount of it because it is quite strong. And then just coat everything together. Oh, that looks so good. To plate up, we'll place the fettuccine in the centre of the bowl. Our fried egg can go on top. And you really want it to be slightly gooey in the centre because that yolk is almost going to be slightly cheesy when you break it together. And finally, a little mushrooms, just going to pop them over the top. Some extra Parmesan cheese if you like, and some freshly cracked pepper. That is the ultimate pasta. Brings back memories of such a wonderful restaurant. And look, you can now make it at home. Creamy Parmesan sauce. It's very good.